open source software convention, an incredibly commercial activity, but it was a gathering place in Portland, Oregon for everyone involved in open source and free software. The big benefit of that conference, despite its annoying thing about being overly commercial, was it welcomed everyone from all free software and open source areas to come together. These days, so many conferences are focused on some very specific area. They're very good events, but we don't have the kind of cross-pollination that we used to have, and we hope that FOSSY is going to continue to bring that to the Pacific Northwest and beyond. So most of you know that we're the Software Freedom Conservancy that organizes this conference, and we are really glad that you've all come to be at this conference. The thing I'm most excited about this year is that we are giving the first annual Distinguished Service Award in Software Freedom. I want to make sure I get the title right. We designed this award to be different than all the other awards available in open source and free software. It is focused on individuals who have spent many, many years relentlessly working to help open source and free software in some way, and we're going to be excitedly giving the first annual award later at the keynotes in the days to come. We also decided that it's really important. Most open source awards and free software awards don't have a financial component. Most people who win these awards have usually spent their careers foregoing high-paid big tech jobs to serve free software and open source. So I'm really excited to announce there will be a cash award of $10 billion for so I'm sorry, I wrote down the total in binary. It's actually going to be a 1,000,000,000,000,000 cash award, which in decimal is 1,024 US dollars. And I apologize to the winner for that misstatement. I always have trouble converting between binary and decimal, and I don't know why I make my notes in binary. It's so silly. I also want to thank OpenSignal, who are our media and recording and AV partners. They are also a 501c3 charity like the Software Freedom Conservancy.
Bradley, where's Karen?
Who? Karen?
Yeah,
oh, you mean Karen Sandler?
Our executive director.
Oh, right, Karen Sandler. We have an executive director.
We do.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
Our
for a minute.
boss. Bradley, you have to say hi to
She's
our
not
boss.
here, though. Our boss isn't here.
I know.
So we can do whatever we want.
I think she's watching.
We're not live streaming just yet, so she's not watching. She doesn't know. But we run the show now. Karen actually very much wanted to be here. She had heart surgery. Many of you know she's spoken about in her public talks that she has a heart condition. She has that proprietary defibrillator in her body that she's been fighting for years to get the source code for, but she actually needed a physical surgery on her heart. It's a very helpful preemptive surgery that helps her keep a regular heart rhythm. She basically 48 hours ago was still saying she was going to get on a plane to come here. She kept claiming her doctors told her she could come. Her doctor said, if you happen to feel well enough, you may travel. But Karen heard that as she could come. But finally, we all talked her into not coming this year. She is in the chats, and she will be watching the live stream once it's going. So you will probably hear from her online as the conference continues.
We also wanted to thank our track organizers and our nonprofit and project booths who helped get us more people here, helped gather speakers, and helped organize the schedule. That is a huge help. It is a lot to put a conference together.
And we do have to thank sponsors. It's very important. These kind of venues, the PSU is a wonderful venue, very economical, but it's not gratis. So we have a number of sponsors who have helped make this conference possible. I first want to thank our Grand Sequoia sponsor, JMP. They are a free software phone company for people who hate phones, and they are the only sponsor, sadly, that does absolutely no proprietary software whatsoever. So I'm going to specifically thank them and ask them for a round of applause for being a great sponsor and no proprietary software.
Our other sponsors, we have our Redwood sponsors, which are Google and Bloomberg Engineering. Our Douglas Fir sponsor, who is CodeThink, who is new to us this year. And our coffee break sponsor, very important, is Altus Metrum and Versity.
And we encourage all of them to follow in JMP's footsteps and stop writing proprietary software.
A little bit about the venue. All of the rooms are on this floor. If you go down the other way past the registration desk, and to the right and the left are the talk rooms, and all the way on the left to the left, go left and then go left again, there's a quiet room if you need a break from all the people. If you need the non-gendered bathrooms, they are on the third floor mezzanine, which are available by the stairwell, or if you need to use the elevator, you can go down to the lobby and take the elevator to the third floor mezzanine.
And there is lunches on your own today, but the social tonight, what's that?
Lunch is on your own every day.
Well, and true, but it was not a false statement that it's on your own today. It was just not as informative as it could have been. Another informative thing to know is there is free as in food tonight at the Punch Bowl Social. For those of you who have been here in previous years, it's the exact same venue the Thursday night party was at before. You can walk there. It's probably faster to hop on one of the public transit that runs along here to get there. The information's in the schedule. To get there, there are various different games and bowling and such things there, as well as food for everybody at the conference. And be sure to bring your badge.
Yes, because speakers get a free drink ticket. And that was also sponsored by JMP, so thank you, JMP, for the free drink tickets and the food tonight. Check your emails. As the conference goes on, we'll be sending out a daily update if there's any changes or anything else you need to know.
And there is an ongoing chat, also provided in part by JMP on XMPP. There's a channel that you can get to, and there's just one big chat room for the conference that you should feel free and join, especially because that's the only place you're going to be able to talk to Karen, but she will be there, I'm sure, all day long talking to us there. Oh, I'm next, aren't I? So we are a charity, and we appreciate that you all registered and paid for the conference. We really need to ask you all to also become a sustainer. You may have heard that this is a very difficult time for nonprofits of all types, and what tends to happen with nonprofits that are very specific to an important issue, we get drowned out because there is so much other need in other nonprofits. But since you all understand our mission, we hope that you'll give not only to those other nonprofits, but to us as well as a sustainer. You can do that online and at sfconservancy.org/sustainer.
You might have heard about our photography policy when you registered, but if you are also taking photos to post on social media or anywhere else, remember that black lanyards means A-OK, blue means please ask the person first, and red means do not take their photograph, please.
We are on the Fediverse via Mastodon. There's a Conservancy account, and people from all over the conference are posting. I think we're using the hashtag FOSSY, F-O-S-S-Y. And the most dangerous thing I did this year is I went back to, I still call it microblogging. I thought when Identica went down, it was like I dodged a bullet because then I stopped posting things. But if you want to really see how dangerous a political line I tend to walk, you can follow me at bkuhn@copyleft.org.
We have a code of conduct. You may have seen it on the website. If you haven't, the policy is listed there. If you have a issue with something, or if you have a violation to report, you can find someone with a blue hat. They probably will be at or near the registration desk. Oh, look, John's waving one in the air. Go talk to John. If you have any other questions about that or anything at all, please see us at the registration desk.
And we realize that we're past the worst parts of the pandemic. I just want to note that it is still very dangerous to get COVID. I wore a mask for the entirety of FOSDEM 2025 the first day. Yet by the end of the first day, I had COVID symptoms. I also wore a mask while traveling and still got COVID. I didn't. We're all waiting for emails from me back since February. I didn't basically work the entire month of February because of COVID. So getting, while it's not deadly thanks to vaccines and other things, it really is a long-term illness that is very dangerous. And so we really do encourage people to wear masks, particularly in the crowded rooms. Obviously, speakers probably want to take them off, as Tracy and I have done here. We also have a CO2 monitor in every room. We're making some effort to update, like how if the air gets particularly bad in a room, room. CO2 obviously does not tell you what viral load is in the air, but it gives you a proxy to understand how good the air circulation is. Regarding air circulation, we also have a HEPA air filter in every room. We picked the best brand we could find, the same ones we had last year, and hopefully that will keep the air clean for everybody. And we do really encourage masks, and if you need a mask, let us know. I think we also have some COVID tests if you're feeling sick as well.
Our last announcement before we disperse and go to our talks is that we've already secured FOSSY 2026.
Right here, right?
No. Sadly, it will not be here after we have gotten used to this venue. We will have, on the last day, we'll have a little talk more about the venue, but it will be in Vancouver. So you're all welcome to come.
Well, you have to be clear around here, Tracy, because there's a Vancouver.
Oh, sorry.
There's a Vancouver, Washington, directly across the border.
West Coast.
I want to tell you all how clueless I can be. When I first moved here, they were talking about Vancouver like on the local news, and like after about a week, I said to my spouse, like, Vancouver is pretty far, right? Why is it always on our local news? And my spouse looked at me and said, "There's Vancouver, Washington, right across the border." I was like, oh, nobody told me. But
sorry.
But we're going all the way to Vancouver, BC. You may have seen our blog post about this. We did receive some pressure about doing the conference in the U.S. We thought very carefully about it. We heard from people who were traveling, who wanted to travel internationally. We had people who couldn't get visas. We made the decision to continue for two reasons here for this year. One, we would have lost a substantial amount of financially on the venue, which we had already paid for. And the second reason is there are a lot of people that we know who actually can't leave the U.S., people who are worried about, who want to come back because their family's here. If they don't have citizenship, they might not be able to re-enter because of things that are going on. So this is really a conference for folks in the U.S. We're really sad that there are very few folks from outside the U.S. Can you raise your hand if you travel from outside the U.S.? I'm expecting this not to be many. Yeah, it looks like 6 or 7. Thank you so much for traveling here. We know it's not the best time in history to be traveling into the U.S., so thank you for coming. And we decided on Vancouver, BC next year so that we can all go to the homeland of our colleague, Denver Gingrich, who helped organize the BC plan. And we'll see you next year.
Yeah. That's all we've got. Please join us for talks, and we'll hopefully see you tonight at Punch Bowl Social.